My name is Mats Granrud and I am Director General of the GSMA. And I want to talk to you today about global responsibility. And so I pose a question. What are our responsibilities as leaders? Well, it's of course to run our businesses profitably, but also to think about how we are affecting people and communities as the guardians of values in this new digital age. In 2016 at the MWC, the mobile industry was the first to fully commit to the UN Sustainable Development Goals. And the mobile industry has enabled fundamental shifts in tackling equality, diversity, gender, health, and financial inclusion. Now, in 2 short years, the mobile industry has connected an additional 230 million women to the internet using a mobile phone, reducing the gender gap by 7%, targeting SDG number 5. 1.4 billion people are using mobile services for education, growing nearly 30% year on year, targeting SDG number 4. 1.3 billion people are using mobile for healthcare, a growth of 300 million consumers year on year, targeting SDG number 3. And there are now 1 billion mobile money accounts with an astonishing $2 billion transactions daily, targeting literally all 17 SDGs. Now this is what I call taking responsibility and at the same time making a fantastic contribution. A year ago at MWC, we kicked off our industry commitment to combat climate change. In September at the United Nations, we announced that 60 of the world's operators, representing 2/3 of the world's connections, are now disclosing their climate impact. And today, we push further. 27 operators have now committed to an industry-wide roadmap using science-based targets on how they will reduce their greenhouse gas emissions to net zero before 2050, with some as early as 2030. Now this is another huge step forward for us as an industry. As leaders in the mobile ecosystem, we have an obligation to make a step change in the way we do business. To move from operating responsibly to delivering real value to society and finally into true ethical leadership. Just imagine what could be if we all step faster. The mobile industry can be the great enabler across economies and build partnerships across industries. We know 5G will empower IoT, AI and big data, and that edge and cloud combined will lead us to dynamic, open and virtual networks. These technologies will transform the way we live, work and do business, and who we do business with. Enterprise is where mobile technology will be most transformative, in fact limitless, creating new revenue sources, transforming customer experience and advancing technology gains at scale. In healthcare, we're already seeing that technology is shortening learning curves and saving lives. Our vision at the GSMA is to unlock the full power of connectivity so that people, industry and society thrive. Those of you who are GSMA members know the value of our technology, policy and strategy working groups, where we find common solutions to shared problems. This work is very much the beating heart of the GSMA. Only by working collaboratively will we advance this industry. At last year's World Radio Communication Conference in Egypt, working hand in hand with governments and operators, we were able to secure the spectrum this industry needs to maximize the 5G opportunity. This was a 4-year-long project. Now let's look at connectivity. I want you to remember now the numbers 50, 40, 10. In 2019, we passed 50% of the world's population connected to the internet, and we know this is primarily through a mobile device. But 40% of the world's population is not connected to the internet, despite living in areas that are covered with 3 or 4G. And the balance 10%, well, they lack coverage. So we have 50% connected, we have a usage gap of 40%, and we have a coverage gap of 10% of the world's population. We need the power, scale and commitment of our industry ecosystem, everyone from internet giants, enterprises and entrepreneurs, to help unlock the power of this untapped connectivity. Connecting the remaining 50% means more people and certainly more women connected, more financial inclusion, more access to healthcare, skills and economic opportunity, giving people a good and decent life. Now, can you think of a better way of transforming the state of the mobile industry? Well, I can't. In the next decade, we must be ready to maximize the opportunity in the enterprise space as an enabler for other industry sectors. We must continue to invest and run the infrastructure, but be open to new partnerships and expand our supply chain. We are ideally placed to show leadership as a historically regulated industry, and we must accelerate our commitment to all the UN SDGs, especially climate, and leap further into delivery until 2030. We are here representing the mobile industry, using technology for a better future, standing up and embracing excellence for a harmonized world of technology, standards, and openness for digital equality through our policies and partnerships to better serve people, communities, and geographies who now need us more than ever. That is our global responsibility.